In this video I'm going to talk about 5 common pitfalls for beginners and intermediate players, and that prevents them from making that progress, that next step. In this video we're going to discuss those pitfalls and how to easily prevent these pitfalls. My name is Lars Nelissen, pianist, composer and piano teacher. If you're new to this channel and you didn't subscribe yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you will be notified for my new videos. Weekly I try to do some videos. And another thing, I like to know what you are struggling with and what you would like me to make videos about that will help you and will make you benefit from my channel even more. So leave that in the comments and let's get to this 5 pitfalls. Pitfall 1, the first pitfall, and that's a real problem among many piano students, and it is not finishing pieces that you have started to learn. You start to learn a piece, the notes somehow start to go and you already skip to the next piece because it took you such a long time to learn these notes, and now you want to have something fresh, something new, and you leave this one and you go to the next piece. There's nothing wrong with learning many pieces of music, but it is far more beneficial for your piano progress to finish something that you have started and not just learn to press the right notes somehow on the right place and then say, I play this piece too. In the music it's all about the expression behind the notes, and in order to do so we have to learn the technique. It's not just pressing the right keys, but it's also how to phrase, how to move your arm so that it will start to sound better, how to use the weight of your arm, how to articulate your fingers in each situation, because each situation requires a different solution. And every piece of music has their own unique situations that you have to learn and look into. By doing that, you will make real progress, and when you finish a piece in this manner, then you not only enjoy playing the piece more, and you not only know the piece better and remember it better, but you also learned everything what is there to be learned in that piece. For you in this stage, of course, of your piano playing, because maybe if someone with 10 years more experience does learn the same piece, he will probably look for different and more advanced techniques and ways of expressing. Every level of piano playing has its own difficulties and its own focus points, but not paying attention to the way you play the piano and that to make it sound beautiful and to make it sound interesting, that's what is really missing out. For me, that is not finishing a piece, and that's really only 10 or 20% of the learning process. I made another video on efficient way of practicing, of learning the notes. It will appear here, so check that. Pitfall number 2, and there's also too many pianists think they have no time for it, or they think it's a waste of time because there's a lot of nonsense on the internet. People who say spending time on technique is a waste of time and you should only spend time on the music. I think it's big nonsense, and I'm not luckily the only one who thinks so. And learning technique away from your repertoire pieces is extremely beneficial, because you will prepare your fingers for all the passages and finger work and arm work, because it's not only finger technique but it's also arm technique, and it will help you learning the piece that you are trying to learn much faster. Because the danger if you learn only technique inside a piece of music, the danger in that is first of all that you not really understand the technique of all the passages in the piece and you get stuck there. And another danger is that you spend so much time on struggling with the passages inside the music itself that you start to get an aversion of certain passages in a piece. You start to spoil it. And therefore you should spend more time on technique away from your repertoire. So working on technique is something that is really important, and it will speed up the rest of your piano progress. And if you are interested, then you check the link in the description for my upcoming course in which I will teach finger technique and arm technique from the very basic to a very advanced level. Pitfall number 3 is not developing strong enough your sense of rhythm. Beginners, they think to count while practicing, to count their music is something that they can add later. Or it is enough to just interpret rhythm on feeling of I listen this piece and I know how it should sound and I just follow by ear the rhythm. I always have to disappoint my students too often have to tell them that the rhythm is not correct and they should count, to make it a kind of a technique to learn to count the smallest note value in a section of a piece or a whole piece, if it is a shorter piece, but if it is a long piece, a section of the piece. And you should feel this like a inner vibration, the smallest note value, and you place all the notes on the right time. And only then you can stretch or squeeze time a little bit. Rubato, we call that, the stealing of time. But we should not get into rubato, not say, but I'm taking freedom here, while you even don't know how to count the rhythm decently. You should actually start with counting in the very beginning of your piano learning journey. Then we get to pitfall number 4, and that is not spending enough time to the musical ear. This starts with very simple listening good pianists play the pieces that you play, or any other piano music, because you want to expand your musical knowledge also with this. So it's good to listen to lots of music. It gives you a musical sense of how music should sound and how the piano should sound. Then you can integrate also developing your musical ear in your practice. Let's say you're playing a simple melody, if you're learning a melody, for example, like this, it can be any melody. Why not just sing it along while you're practicing it? Combine this with counting and singing the melody, for example. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any melody you can use for this. What you do is actually to start to feel pitch and to also feel the distance, to understand distance between two notes. By integrating the singing of the notes into your practice, soon will also happen the opposite. You will start also to hear more consciously the notes and the distances between the notes and how notes sound together, harmony. And you will also learn how to give expression to a melody easier, because in singing it's much easier, more natural to sing the melody nice. And then when we start to play it on the piano, like we would be singing, but then singing with the fingers. So ear training is important, and it will help you also to recognize your own mistakes faster, so you can react quicker on mistakes and correct them, instead of having mistakes and you not even hear it. And you're playing them for weeks and weeks and weeks until someone comes and says, hey, you play wrong notes there. This is not written. This is not should. This even doesn't sound nice. And you even don't realize it. You didn't notice it. And then we get to the fifth pitfall, and that is not spending time on music theory. It just first starts with reading music. It's so helpful to read music. It's like learning a language and you don't learn the alphabet. Let's say you want to learn Japanese and you don't learn, they have a very nice system called kana, which is hiragana and katakana. It's a phonetic system and you can write all Japanese words with katakana and hiragana. And if you know which character is which sound, then you can pronounce them accordingly. And the same is in music. This is a C and it's written on that place on the score. It's not more difficult than learning the alphabet. And the more you do that and the more you read music, the easier that goes. Like with everything, the more you do it, the easier it will become. The second step is to read distances of music. We call that intervals. Is it a small distance, secunda, or is it, for example, do, do, quinta? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a fifth, or a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's a sixth. How this sounds? Do, do. Hey, I know a song which starts like that. See, and then you're also training already your musical ear again. So it overlaps a little bit. And then chords. You learn that a chord is made of thirds built up together. So ti, do, ti. And if you have 3 notes, you already have a chord. And not an interval just anymore. Hey. And then you learn another one added to it. Is a 7 chord. The more interest you have in that, the easier it will be to learn, of course. But then you will have probably the question, how does that serve me? I just want to play some nice piano pieces. And if I can read them from the score and I don't need to understand all the music theory behind those notes, I just want to play. Well, if you want to play only 1 or 2 pieces in your whole life, then maybe you don't have to bother too much. But if you like to really learn to play the piano and continuously learn some new music, this will help you tremendously. You will read music faster, you will memorize music faster, you will start to enjoy music in different way because you start to understand things that you didn't understand why that sounds so nice, and you will think about music differently and you will also start to play better. You will only become a better pianist by integrating all these elements. Hopefully this video makes you think a little bit and about what you can still add into your piano practice regime and to make your progress even faster. To go very deep in all these points, this was not the meaning of this video. They are all very complex materials, and I will post more videos in the future also going deeper into the different points that we have discussed in this video. So subscribe if you didn't do that yet, to don't miss out on that. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. Hit that like button to let other people know that this was a good video. It will help my channel and it will help others to find the right videos for them. And let me know in the comments what subjects, what kind of things you would like to see a video of by me. Then I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.